I've spent the last 2 weeks opening the majority of these videos up with some sort of riding in one way or another before I eat, in an effort to lose the little bit of weight that I gained before mine and Angela's wedding, for no real other reason than to purely stay within the operating weight window for this Marzocchi Bomber CR coil shock that is now on the
Monsieur Relatable.
And I thought it would be fun in this video to finally explore just what we spec'd out for this bike and how it feels on like a trail, not a bike park trail, but like actual trail ride. I haven't really done any trail riding for a little while. I kind of just, this is a good excuse to go do that. What we have here is a 200 eye-to-eye millimeter length shock with 57 millimeters of stroke on a single pivot steel mountain bike. Single pivots are known to be very linear in their travel, so I wanted to kind of deal with that right out of the gate, and we went with a Cane Creek progressive spring. I weigh about 180 pounds most of the time, sometimes a little less, sometimes about 10 pounds more. So we went with a 400 to 488 pound spring. And an interesting thing that I had read about steel single pivot bikes from Starling, I believe, is you actually get a little bit more progressiveness out of the flex of the steel if you do hit like the bump stop. So it also softens the blow. I truly can't say that I'm sensitive enough to notice that like any of that is actually happening, but for the 3 rides I have at bike parks with this thing so far, and the 1 race that I've done, I believe it's a huge improvement. Big old coil shock vlog today. Which, by the way, is brought to you by my friend Kyle Campbell, who went and bought the Spindat Scratch Dad Cap. Wow, whenever I need a reminder of how much it sucks to drive in this city, I'll just do that drive. Okay, I'm gonna start this traily, more like flattish traily ride with a bit of a descent. Although this is the completely wrong direction to the way I wanted to go for this little coil shock test ride. Just wanted to do it first. Okay, I think I'm going the right way. I just gotta keep my eye there, right there. I turn left here onto a trail called Timeout. I've never ridden it this direction, but I'm told it's faster this way. So, you know, I'm into that. And this is gonna be more trail-like, with a bit more features like that, and give me an idea of what this thing's gonna pedal like with this shock on. Oh my gosh, this bike is fun. Oh my God. So far, riding that trail, the coil versus what I was riding before, the coil shock like keeps the rear wheel on the ground a lot better. That comes as no surprise. The bike is definitely more supple. That's what you would expect from a coil shock. And because it's not blown up, it's brand new, and it's set up for my weight, like it works the way it's supposed to, it doesn't buck me around. Like the rear wheel stays on the ground. I really like that. I want to see what the coil shock on the single pivot steel bike is like to climb up this like really punchy climb. I've actually never done this before. I only ever just come down this and then just leave. We're gonna try going up. How's this angle? Not representative of what it is at all. Perfect, love that. That one okay? Cool. It is funny how much the wheel stays on the ground compared to what I'm used to. Like going over these like really rocky, like bumpy G-outs, the wheel stays on the ground instead of bumping me and the bike up. That's pretty cool. Ooh yeah, let's do the fire escape test. I'll show you. So the fire escape test is it's like a jump drop. You get to here and then you try and jump all the way to this like concave cambered bit. I've done it a bunch of times in previous videos, cased every single time, and I expect that to happen again. But with the new rear suspension, it should be less violent. So it should be like an improvement. That one felt okay. The landing's a lot less brutal than it used to be. Oh, this section might actually be super fun compared to what I remember. The wheel's staying on the ground. Wow, that's way better. Me, I am satisfied with how this coil shock with the progressive spring is performing mounted on a single pivot steel bike while riding like trails, not bike park trails, like trails where you gotta pedal kind of a lot and try and punch up over stuff. I definitely would say before I made the decision to actually spend the money on this, probably did way too much research. I just kept reading like the pros and cons. A little bit of analysis paralysis, if you will. When in reality, literally anything over what I had over the blown suspension that was on here was going to be a massive improvement. There's like articles out there making me think that because I put a coil spring on a single pivot bike, it's just gonna be like mid-stroke all the time. It's never gonna feel right. It's gonna pedal like absolute trash or you can't even ride the thing. Which all seems pretty extreme. Typically, I think for an average rider like myself, I never really experience the extremes. So what I need to do is stop reading so much. I don't know. I'm really happy with this setup. I don't see myself changing it for another 7, 8 years probably.